For me, a tripod is a key bit of kit that I don't always use, but I tend to take with me on professional work, definitely. I always use them in the studio too, of course, but when I travel, I don't normally travel with a travel tripod. So curiously, when I work on weddings and events, I do take a travel tripod as opposed to one of my heavier tripods. Actually, I've got a heavier one coming that's going to replace a lot of stuff in my studio work, so I'll show you that soon. But I've recently took delivery of this Zero Y travel tripod, which is granted a bit more expensive than the ones I've been using. I mean, I tend to take a K&F Concept carbon fiber tripod out with me. It weighs almost nothing. It gets the job done perfectly fine. This is clearly a different budget, and the closest equivalent is that Peak Design number, which I haven't had my hands on, but I've had a little look online to see how it fares with this, because it's the nearest sort of like for like competitor. But this, I think it's half the price, and I think I'm going to enjoy using this, and my poor old K&F Concept is going to have to go and retire somewhere in the corner of the studio. I'll find some use for it, maybe just leave it in the boot of the car. Anyway, let's see what's going on and see why I think this might be one worth you taking a look at.
We've got in here a little instruction booklet with 3 stainless steel feet. Happy days. Little center column hook, so that will screw in nicely, and also I believe works as a tool. We'll see. A little bit of silica gel down there, and this nice little bag, so there's a bit of a carry grabber there. The straps for this as well. That bag is fine, nice, small, discreet. Happy days. And the tripod itself is in here. So packed length, importantly, is 43 centimeters. Minimum height, 15.3 centimeters in inverted mode, 13.27 in normal mode, and a maximum height of 1.56 meters. Now on the top, we've got this nice little ball head here, Arca Swiss. All feels very well engineered. Happy days. And then a nice little 360 panoramic here with the meters there, so the markings. Now you'll have noticed we can tighten everything up very well. We can flip this open, and then that ball head, which is naturally low profile, can be moved around. Then click it back in and it is solid. So that's where you can attach a quarter screw so you can mount other things, maybe a phone holder. Now the ball head itself has a payload of 3 kilos. Without it, with just the center column, the tripod can deal with, I think it's 18 kilos. The actual thing only weighs 1.1 kilos. It's a mixture of carbon fiber and aluminium. Let's just have a quick look at the feet at the bottom, because sometimes this can give you a bit of grief. It all seems to flip open nice and quickly. Definitely needs a bit of use, but we've taken the center column out completely there, so you can see what you're working with. And then we can drop that back in, lock it, and then that's not coming out for love nor money, for want of a better phrase. But yeah, natty little thing. I'm happy with that. Let's see how we get on with it then. After some good use, I'm happy. It gets the job done with very little fuss. Now the aluminium alloy levers are the kind that usually get caught in my hand at some point, and I've already trapped my skin a few times closing them too quickly, but that's only because I've been using the screw type since 2018. I had tripods with levers in the past before that, so it's all good. I soon got used to this design again, and so that's only a minor negative for me. It also took a little while getting used to the lever that adjusts the center column and the lever that adjusts the ball head that's still quite stiff. Maybe they'll loosen up over time, but they're definitely designed for keeping the tripod overall size down when it's packed, as opposed to being the most efficient adjustment options. When the center column is raised up a bit, you can then adjust the ball head to pretty much any angle you want, and you've got two little notches there so you can go vertical quickly. Now, as it's Arca Swiss compatible, I didn't have to change a thing with my cameras. I could just get on with using it, but you do get a base plate anyway, which will go nicely on one of my other cameras, though most of them have got plates or grips that are compatible. It's good to have spares, though. I think finally I want to mention something that's around this side, the 1/4" expansion screw. I like that. It's a very practical little touch. In my case, it'll probably be useful for a field monitor occasionally, or a mobile phone holder. And yeah, basically that's it. I should mention this tool holder again. It is very specific to this tripod and the base plate that comes with it. I just wish it was a standard fit so I could adjust all my base plates, but that's another minor little thing, I suppose. It's barely a problem. It's cool as it is, but it could be cooler. The internet will tell you this is just a copy of the Peak Design tripod, and while they are in the same category for sure, this has a much better ball head, different leg shape, different lever to release the center column. It's slightly taller when fully extended, easy to switch between those rubber feet and the spikes, which are included in the price with this one. Both are made in China, so don't get carried away with the power of brand names. I do love my Peak Design stuff. They make some very cool little bits and pieces, but Ulanzi do too. Plus, this is basically half the price of the older Peak Design tripod. Now, of course, Sirui, always get the name wrong, 3-legged thing, and K&F sell fairly similar tripods that might be worth looking at, but on paper, I would say I prefer this one, but I would need to try those out properly to say definitively. As it stands, this is well built, very easy to use in the field, literally, and of course packs down nicely and small with that little bag back here. Yeah, so it's extremely tempting for anyone that travels with a tripod but doesn't have much room to carry one. At around £307, it's a very good investment, I think. It'll be taking the place of my K&F Concept TC2534 tripod, which has done great work since I got it in 2018. That has now been relegated for no reason other than this is simply even better for traveling around with. Yes, I did look at the BA225 from K&F before, which is small and tidy. It's a little bit too flimsy for me to use confidently. I've found that over time. This one still gives me the confidence I need to be able to fling it over my shoulder, go traipsing in the woods and crack on. Actually, why am I here still waffling about it? I'm going to stop the video and go and do just that.